face it, you know, social media is here to stay. Whether we're scrolling through pics or catching up on all the juicy gossip, we want all the buzz. So let's get ready to hear the scoop on what's happening in the world of social media. This is the Social Feed with Essence.
Ooh. Joining us today is Essence Magazine's Director of Social Media, Charisma DeBerry, and she's ready to spill the tea. Charisma, it's good to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me, ladies.
We love it. Okay, up first, Alec Baldwin. What is the latest with this?
Oh my goodness, this is devastating. And what they are calling the Rust movie tragedy that left everyone reeling after a fatal incident involving Alec Baldwin left cinematographer Helena Hutchins dead and director Joel Souza injured. I cannot imagine what happened, and industry insiders are saying that there are so many safety precautions and protocols in place that it's unfathomable that a tragedy of this magnitude could happen on set. I mean, from the prop actually having live ammunition to the prop even being fired at the time that it was fired to live rounds of ammunition being found on set by officials afterwards. It seems, according to the New Mexico DA that's handling this case, that charges are coming down soon and that someone will be held accountable, if at bare minimum, for negligence.
Well, it goes to show you that films, especially when that use guns, it's unsafe. So they have to be safe, and you know.
They do.
You've been on movies where you've had to handle.
And I was saying, right before we started our season, I did a movie in Vancouver where they handed me a gun, and I said to the prop lady, I said, "You're supposed to show me. Aren't you supposed to show me what's in it?" And the prop master came running in, and he was like, "You got to show her every time."
Exactly.
So it's just so sad that someone had to lose their life in order for us to be talking about this and seeing what other protocols they can do to keep people safe.
And there's a lot of rumors that went on about this, that actually there were some union members that walked off. And so
saying in an email that they felt unsafe as well.
Right.
I really just want to hear...
that incident, the walkout actually happened the day that the tragedy occurred.
Earlier than
crew members have been complaining about safety on the set multiple times, production delays, being overworked, and not having experienced armors, who are the people who actually handle the weapons. These are noted as complaints from crew members.
Yeah. I can't wait till we get to the bottom of this, because I want to understand how one person died and another person got injured with just one shot. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to understand. So,
well, what's even worse, they're still going to make that movie.
Yes. It's only on hold. The movie will be made. As they say in Hollywood, the show
must go on. Wow. All right, another story that's blowing up right now is the beef between Lil Nas X and Boosie. So what's the scoop with this?
Ladies, do we all know who Boosie is?
I mean, I have to be honest, it's a show called The Real. Yo no sé. Tell me. I feel like we're getting a good take of who he is, though.
We are learning exactly who he is. This is a perfect snapshot, to be honest. Little Boosie, known as Boosie Badass, is a legendary street rapper out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who has street classic records, but never really much that you would know on the Hot 100. He's coming under fire because he has really been hot on Lil Nas X and his portrayal of the LGBTQ community throughout Lil Nas X's career. And to be frank, Little Boosie is not the moral majority. He has been under fire himself, or he's actually suspended on Instagram right now for soliciting women to show their vajayjays on his Instagram Live. Yes, but he's mad at Lil Nas X because he feels that Lil Nas X is making a mockery out of love and sex by portraying gay men on camera and in his performances. And he's been very clear about his upset. And Lil Nas, as we know, he's a little bit of a troll. So he went and said that he announced that him and Boosie were making a song together, which we know would never happen. And Boosie was so upset that he took it too far and went on a homophobic rant on Twitter in which he dropped in which he also ended it by encouraging Lil Nas X to take his own life.
Oh.
See,
Yeah,
I mean,
Twitter did take that tweet down because it was just, it was disgusting.
It's irresponsible on so many
very
levels.
I mean,
irresponsible.
disgusting, irresponsible. We're talking about it here. Let's talk about a man who told us exactly what he wants to do to teach his son about sex by initiating sex to an 11-year-old with another woman. Like, let's just...
Yeah.
There's a lot more than just this Lil Nas X situation. So.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
give us the deets on the controversy surrounding the movie The Harder They Fall.
Yeah, so ladies, The Harder They Fall is the biggest blockbuster of the holiday season. I mean, we've seen it everywhere. It has an all-Black cast that is supposed to highlight the historic figures in Black cowboy life. But of course, there's a little bit of a misstep where people are calling out Netflix and the casting directors for colorism. So Zazie Beetz was casted as a legendary Black woman named Stagecoach Mary, whom we know was a freed slave. And she was an identifiably dark-skinned Black woman whose struggles and trials were attributed a lot to the way that she looked. And Zazie Beetz was casted in the role to play her, who is a biracial Black woman. So there is a little bit of an issue surrounding representation and the erasure of these classical Black figures that people feel like we aren't being able to see on camera as their authentic selves.
Yeah, I kind of agree. If it's a actual historical figure, they should try. And there are enough dark-skinned actresses.
Yes.
Plenty
come
of
on.
great actresses, dark-skinned actresses. Plenty.
Exactly.
Yes, and Twitter is not playing about this. And unfortunately, Zazie has been caught in the crossfire because of it. Obviously, she did not cast herself, but people are calling her out. They're calling Netflix out. And they feel like this is a pervasive problem across the industry where people are constantly casting women who do not preface the presentation of dark-skinned women and yet are able to gain these roles, which then leaves dark-skinned actresses on the sidelines.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about Netflix, real quick, what's the latest scoop with that Dave Chappelle and the Closer situation?
Well, controversy sells, right? Netflix they may know a little bit about what they're doing because The Closer is still in the top 10 on Netflix, although it really upset a lot of members of the LGBTQ community and the transgender community. And now, although Netflix doubled down in supporting Dave Chappelle's right to freedom of speech, he's losing a lot of deals. So it is impacting his pockets now. He is currently losing performances. He is said to be losing some production deals. So we have yet to see how this is all going to unfold for him.
Wow.
Wow. Well, thank you for keeping us updated, Charisma.
Thank you, ladies, so much for having me.
Yes, for more on the latest celebrity news and all things social, go check out essence.com.